I'm not here to lecture anybody. I'm not here to try to guilt you because that doesn't work. And I'm definitely not here to repeat a story that you've seen all over your timeline. I just want to share the part that I think most people are missing. The part beneath the screaming, beneath the panic, beneath the chaos. Because what you saw wasn't just a woman in labor, right? It was a Black mother watching her daughter fall into a kind of pain that makes you afraid to breathe and realizing that she had no power to protect her. That's the part that I want to talk about. She heard her child calling out for help, the kind of help that family can't give, only medical staff can provide, right? And they would not move to help her baby. Her daughter told that lady over and over her due date. They told them that they were scheduled for an induction. They were told that an induction couldn't happen because they didn't have beds. Her water was already broken. She was asking for an anesthesiologist. And the nurse still said, "I can't help you," after ignoring her pain. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This wasn't confusion. It was a Black woman in crisis being dismissed in real time. It was the exact same script they used in Jim Crow maternity wards that our grandmothers survived. Back then, Black women were placed in basement hallways, made to wait until the white patients were taken care of, sometimes giving birth on stretchers because nobody came. That history didn't disappear, it evolved. And it showed up again, in that lobby, in that hospital, with that nurse. And that mother wasn't filming for shock value, she was filming out of fear. She pulled up to the hospital with her daughter actively laboring in her car. And they told her to drive around the building to another entrance instead of just taking her at the ER. And when she asked for help getting her daughter out of the car after she drove around, the staff refused. They didn't help her. It was a police officer, not a hospital employee, a police officer who offered to help. And then she had to choose quickly between parking the car or staying with her child. She parked the car, but she sprinted back inside and found her daughter hunched over in a wheelchair screaming that her baby was coming. Paperwork shoved in her hand like she wasn't in active labor. This wasn't normal. This wasn't safe. This was not care, okay? And here's the quiet part a lot of Black families carry. They knew they couldn't demand anything, not the way other families could. Because we've all seen what happens when Black families in hospitals get labeled aggressive. Security comes before compassion, escalation before assistance. And that's not a modern phenomenon either. In Jim Crow maternity wards, Black mothers who raised their voices were punished. They were ignored harder, denied medication, potentially arrested. And today, that punishment just looks more professional, I guess. So that mother stayed calm out of survival. Not because the situation was under control, because this is what it looks like when fear and helplessness collide. Imagine watching your daughter's body fold in on itself, her voice breaking, her hands shaking, her body convulsing. Every instinct in your body would tell you to fight for her, right? But you also know that fighting could put her in more danger. That's not confusion, that's not drama. That's a moment that Black families know all too well. The moment where your love can't shield someone that you would die for. It's the same moment that Black mothers faced in segregated hospital wings, where babies died on waiting room floors because no one came fast enough. That's the legacy that we're watching in real time. Black women don't walk into labor thinking about baby names and playlists. We walk in hoping that the hospital staff will believe us quickly enough to keep us alive. That mother wasn't upset because things were chaotic. She was upset because she knows how quickly situations like this can turn fatal. And she needed the world to see what was happening in case her daughter couldn't speak for herself later. She filmed because the stakes were life and death. She filmed because she had to. She filmed because too many Black women don't make it home from situations like this. And that's the part that nobody wants to sit with. That is the reality of being Black in America.